A very good evening and thank you for joining me for RwandaTV News. My name is William Evans, of course here to bring you the latest from the world of news, beginning with the headlines. Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Justin Ssejjumva, continued his two-day visit with a tour at the Gabiro Agribusiness Hub, providing jobs to over 6,000 people. A delegation of private sector representatives from the Zambia has expressed delight at the investment opportunities in Rwanda. On the international scene, Azerbaijan and Armenia have signed a U.S. blockade peace deal aimed at ending nearly 40 years of hostilities. Of course, many thanks for always joining me. My name is William Evans Mutabazi. Now the news in details. The Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Justin Ssejjumva, continued his two-day visit with a tour of the Gabiro Agribusiness Hub, a large-scale agriculture and a livestock project that has so far provided jobs to over 6,000 people. Adams Kwizera kicks us off tonight.
The Gabiro Agribusiness Hub was established through a partnership between the government of Rwanda and RwandaTV, an Israel-based global leader in irrigation technologies, with an aim to boost food security, reduce trade imbalances, and create jobs through advanced water infrastructure, cutting-edge irrigation, and agro-processing. Investments in the project are expected to enhance productivity and introduce modern farming practices, with over 6,000 jobs to be generated, according to the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources. The area boasts farmland, with some investors already seeing significant impact.
This particular farming that we are doing in Gabiro Business Hub, we have around 500 hectares of land, but right now we are farming on an area that is about 170 hectares of land, and we grow different crops that includes passion fruit, chili, French beans, and we have also planted some Hass avocado. The way we grow our crops is that each week we have a planting plan, and the reason is that we want to also have a harvesting plan so that we don't have a massive production and we don't have market for that. So we plant weekly and we harvest weekly so that we are able to take it to the market. So we have developed this land, 170 hectares, with another capital. We plan to, plant on another land that is about 220 hectares. So we'll keep on growing as we observe the supply chain and the logistics in it. We have market. We have export markets, in the Middle East, in the UK. The problem is the cargo, where to take our produce from, which we think will be solved within time. But we would say we have market, big market that we're not even able to satisfy.
In addition to farming, Gabiro is home to livestock operations producing between 250 and 300 liters of milk per day. Farmers in the project area say they are pleased with the development and progress achieved so far. Prime Minister Dr. Justin Ssejjumva also visited the residents of the Rwabiharamba model village in Karanga sector, which consists of 120 houses, and it's one of the 3 model villages built to resettle people who previously lived in the Gabiro Agribusiness Hub project area. Gabiro Agribusiness Hub Director Ngarambe Alois said that project's implementation is at an encouraging stage as more investors continue to acquire the land in the area.
Gabiro Agribusiness Hub is a flagship project, a government project owned by the government of Rwanda in partnership with RwandaTV. RwandaTV is an Israeli company specializing in irrigation system, particularly drip irrigation. Gabiro Agribusiness Hub currently is at 98 level of implementation, and we are expecting a commissioning the project this coming September 2025. And Gabiro Agribusiness Hub currently has 7 investors who have already started installing their infrastructure for irrigating their firms, and out of the 7 investors, 3 are foreigners, 4 are Rwandans. We are hopeful that this project, by end of this month, it will kick off, and because there are good signs that it is kicking off.
Currently, the infrastructure phase of the Gabiro Agribusiness Hub is at 98% complete, with the first phase alone having received investment of over 100 billion Rwandan francs. Adam Squizera, RTV News, in Eastern Province.
Thank you, Adams Kwizela. Now, a delegation of private sector representatives from Zambia has expressed delight at the investment opportunities in Rwanda, confirming their readiness to invest in modern agriculture, technology, the energy sector, and construction projects. We do have details on this.
Rwanda will be back again.
The Zambian private sector delegation found numerous investment opportunities in Rwanda in various sectors, including construction, technology, agricultural value addition, and more.
We're very excited. Personally, I come from an agricultural background. As you can see, I'm properly branded with my New Holland, meaning that my interests are in mechanization. We are becoming part of Rwanda because it was easy for us to register our companies. It took less than the hours that you expect to take to open a company. Within a day, we were able to be registered, to be able to have companies here in Rwanda.
In 2023, Rwanda exported goods worth $95,000 to Zambia, while Zambia exported goods worth $20 million to Rwanda. Beyond Rwanda's visible investment opportunities, Rwandan private sector representatives affirm that there is also readiness to invest in Zambia.
This is like making MOU alive, and we are very happy and excited. This team came from different sectors, ICT, agriculture, law, and they know their country, and we know our country. So today is a strategic move to go via them and make sure we tap to the right sectors. Opportunities are huge. You see, it's a big country. It's a big country with a lot of resources, but which need technologies like. In electricity, they are based on hydro, but they want to move to nuclear or other source of power. There is agriculture. There is a lot of possibility for Rwanda to go for maize agriculture and other things. But that's why we are here today, to type into all those opportunities.
In October last year, the Private Sector Federation of Rwanda and Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry signed a cooperation agreement between the two parties. Rwanda's ambassador to Zambia, His Excellency Emmanuel Bujingo, also believes that trade between Rwanda and Zambia is progressing, although it has not yet reached the desired level.
Rwanda and Zambia, we enjoy cordial relations. The relations are excellent, but at the business level, it's still low. So a visit like this, exchanging and interacting with the business people from Rwanda can boost the business relationship between Rwanda and Zambia.
The relationship between the two countries has been strengthened by the visit of Rwanda's President Paul Kagame to Zambia and Zambia's President, His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema, to Rwanda. Both heads of state have emphasized the importance of bilateral trade.
Also to indicate that one of the things we want to see in our countries is to really have a shared vision. And once we enter into an MOU, the particular leaders like the two of us, President Kagame and myself, it is taken in by the rest of the machine. When I say the machine, I'm not being derogatory, I'm talking of the institutions, the capacity, so that even when the two leaders are not there, because we sign an MOU on based on a shared vision, things will happen.
We are having a discussion that we need to see actual implementation and results, and that's why the President kept insisting on the constant and effective interaction between our officials and even citizens who should be enabled to do whatever they wish to do in both countries, and the flow should be without any limit of the movement of people, the movement of goods, the services that should cross borders.
The discussions were accompanied by a golf tournament and Rwandan culture entertainment, a chosen approach to help build trust between the two sides. Now, foreigners participating in the international trade fair taking place in Gikondo, Kigali City, praised the way Rwanda's trade fair is organized, saying it enables them to conduct their business effectively. Delight Fako from Ghana and Muhammad Salim from Egypt have been taking part in the international trade fair held in Gikondo City, Kigali, for many years, but both say that as the years go by, they continue to gain a lot from it.
We started from the stadium, so you can imagine how many years now. And thank God, every year things are improving. People are liking whatever Ghana has, and we are all trying to exchange culture. We learn from Rwandese. Rwandese are learning from us, and that is how Africa is supposed to move forward.
The people here is very kind, and you can start your own business here, safety and the good business.
I get new clients whom I supply later after Expo and onwards. Yeah, you take us as your sisters and brothers. We love the place. Yeah, I really love them, Rwanda.
The spokesperson of the Rwanda Private Sector Federation, Walter Hunde, says that with each passing year, the number of foreigners participating in the trade fair increases and they play an important role in promoting Rwandan products in their respective countries. This is the 28th edition of the trade fair and 93 foreign companies have attended from 19 countries who commend the government of Rwanda for implementing measures that make it easier for foreigners to do business in Rwanda. Now, the Ministry of Trade and Industry says that investment in factories producing construction materials continues to grow in the country following the introduction of measures to encourage both local and foreign investors to enter into the sector. We do have details of this report. Gakun Jackson is a Rwandan investor who previously lived in the United States. He says that he and his family decided to start a business in Rwanda after receiving encouragement from various government institutions to invest in the country.
This is Rutare Bricks. It's a family-owned business. I partner with my wife. We recently moved from the U.S. to make this investment. It was a process. We've talked with different government agencies, especially an agency called NIRDA. They have been really helpful in enticing us and letting us know the opportunities that is in the construction industry, especially making construction material that are made 100% from Rwanda. So that's how we decided, my family and I, to move and then make some investment. And it's already at a production level. We're ready for the market.
Jackson explains that he chose to establish Rutare Bricks, a factory producing fired bricks for construction, based on his knowledge and unique value he brings to the market.
Well, this is home. I was born here. I grew up here. In fact, I went to the U.S. for school. I have also to tell you the truth that in terms of opportunities and the things that one can do and how one can impact their life, it makes more sense to do it locally. And so that there are many factors. That's just one of them. That this is home, and I just thought it was the right time to come and do something for my country. There is a big demand of these type of bricks, and as new player in the market, of course, not knowing exactly how that was going to work out, we started with a production capacity of 60 tons per day. But also we've positioned ourselves to grow. So we have, in fact, space where we're going to be building more ovens, but that will be a response to the people coming to us. And so far, with the people that have already used our bricks, they actually seem to like it. And we're thinking as you know, they join us, as they know our name and as they know they like our product, it will be time to add on more ovens and more ovens. The thing that for sure Rwanda has the most is the raw material. What we do here, it's literally 100% made in Rwanda. We use clay, we use kaolin, we use water, we use the sunlight, we use biofuel. Everything we use to make this brick is 100% sourced locally. And then the talents, the people that we're using to make all of these things, they are people that not a single person has to take a bus or drive. They're all local, which it's something that we're grateful for, that, you know, we get to work with the sector, Akagari, and all the people around us. And everybody here is happy. They like to know tomorrow I have a permanent job that I'm going to. And so just having all those ingredients, it makes a perfect match of producing things here in Rwanda.
In his view, he's contributing to national building by creating jobs for his employees and providing high-quality construction materials. Rutare Bricks is one of the newly established factories that began operations only a few months ago, and many of these new factories have benefited from various forms of government facilitation. Munganareba Jean Bosco is another new investor on the local market who says the government has provided good investment environment for investors. I am grateful to our leadership. There are numerous favors that they give us in terms of raw materials, machines, construction materials, and you find that if we take good use of such opportunities that our country has given us, you find that prices drop reasonably low. Fred Mugabe, an industrial policy analyst at Minicom, says that the number of investors in the construction materials sector continues to grow, which is a major advantage for the country.
icyo twavuga nuko twabonye ishoramari muri uru rwego cyane ko twari tumaze kugaragaza ko ari urwego tubonamo amahirwe.
What we can say is that we have observed increased investment in this sector, especially after we identify the sector as a potential investment target for both locals and foreign investors. We have noticed growth in cement factories, where our locally produced cement is dominating the market, unlike in the past. There has also been increased investment in brick manufacturing factories, which are also contributing to the growth of this sector significantly.
Amatafari byose birajyana, ubona ko mu byukuri bigenda bigira uruhare mu gutuma umusaruro uzamuka.
According to the recent report from the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda, the output of non-metallic construction materials increased by 28.9% in June 2025 compared to June 2024. This production growth also goes hand in hand with the creation of new jobs in the country and a reduction in imports, bringing significant benefits to the national economy. To more news, BPR Bank Rwanda PLC celebrated its 50th anniversary since its establishment, with its founding members saying they are now far removed. They are now far removed from the losses they used to face when hiding money stored in their homes. Its first customers, long-serving employees, and other close partners attended the 50th anniversary celebrations, where the Chief Executive Officer of BPR Bank PLC, Mutesi Patience, said that the bank greatly values its customers and thanked them for the trust they have shown it.
To all our customers everywhere, thank you for truly, truly believing in us and entrusting us with your business. An educator in Nyamagabe once told me, BPR's presence bridged more than distance. It bridged dignity, enabling her to save, to borrow, and to plan for her students and her family. And that's the impact we were created to achieve. Our journey has progressed over the years through meaningful partnerships and bold projects.
The CEO also pointed out that the bank has continued to expand and currently has 73 branches, 2,242 agents, 59 ATMs, and is still growing. BPL Bank PLC Rwanda has started supporting major projects, and since 2017, it chose to support the construction of the Bugesera International Airport, becoming the first local bank to take that step. The Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Yusuf Murangwa, thanked BPR Bank for its contribution to improving the lives of Rwandans.
August 1975, BPR was founded with a very bold vision to bring banking closer to Rwandans and drive financial inclusion across our communities. From those humble beginnings, BPR has grown into one of the country's most impactful and trusted financial institution. Today, with the largest branch network and rapidly expanding network of agents, merchants, BPR truly embodies its legacy as the neighborhood bank. And this is thanks to the shareholders for their unwavering support and investment into the bank. This celebration is not only a reflection of BPR's remarkable past, but a recognition of its continued transformational impact on Rwanda's economic and social development. Over the past year alone, the bank's loan book reached 166 billion Rwandan francs, marking a 6% year-on-year growth, which is a clear indication of its support for Rwanda's most strategic sectors. BPR's impact goes far beyond the numbers. The CEO alluded to this. The bank has played a catalytic role in landmark national projects such as the new Bugesera International Airport. BPR was one of the banks that believed in the project ahead of many other partners.
Now, BPR Bank Rwanda started in Hamba Ruramira sector, Kayonza district in 1975 as a cooperative, but later became Banque Populaire du Rwanda, which merged with KCB Bank Rwanda to form BPR Bank Rwanda.
Moments. Laying hooks. Giving away. Making moves. Breakfast with family. Inyanje is always there. Whatever the occasion, whatever the moment, always ask for Inyanje.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo agira umukamo mwinshi utunze inka imwe, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi hari abamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njye muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byarangiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye ziba impamo. Bigereho.
Welcome back from that very short break. Now on the international scene, Azerbaijan and Armenia have signed a U.S. blockade peace deal aimed at ending nearly 40 years of hostilities, where the U.S. President Donald Trump hosted Armenia's Prime Minister and Azerbaijan's President at the White House. DW News with more.
Donald Trump was all smiles as he welcomed Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev to the White House, and little wonder. The US president seems to have found a solution to a decades-old conflict, and in the process secured Washington exclusive development rights to a strategic corridor through the energy-rich South Caucasus.
It's a long time, 35 years. They fought, and now they're friends, and they're going to be friends for a long time. This declaration establishes what they are calling a great honor for me. I didn't ask for this. The Trump route for international peace and prosperity, which is a special transit area that will allow Azerbaijan to get full access to its territory of Nakhchivan while fully respecting Armenia's sovereignty.
So it's a big deal for Trump, especially ahead of next week's summit with Vladimir Putin, because Russia sees the two former Soviet republics firmly within its sphere of influence. Turkey, a long-time supporter of its neighbour Azerbaijan, said it welcomed the progress achieved towards a lasting peace. But what does it mean for Azerbaijan and Armenia? The two have been locked in sporadic border clashes since the late 1980s. The most recent flare-up came when Azerbaijan seized the contested territory of Nagorno-Karabakh, a previously autonomous region populated mostly by ethnic Armenians. The offensive lasted just 24 hours, but displaced nearly the entire population. The self-declared republic was later dissolved after a ceasefire between Armenia and Azerbaijan, but talks over a peace treaty stalled. Now the two have a chance to normalise relations.
I'm sure that Armenia and Azerbaijan will find courage and responsibility to reconcile, and also the people will reconcile. We will turn the page of standoff, confrontation and bloodshed, and provide bright and safe future for our children. So I'm very happy.
This is a great deal we've achieved today. This is a success for our countries and for our region, and a success for the world, because a more peaceful region means a safer world.
The two men followed other world leaders in saying they would back President Trump to receive the Nobel Peace Prize for his diplomacy. More important for the people of Azerbaijan and Armenia was Aliyev's assertion that the agreement would bring eternal peace to the region.
Now to more international news. Tech manufacturers and startups plan to make humanoid robots part of daily life and let them work for factories. These say that AI helps these human-looking robots gain new skills and applications, where the first models are already cleaning, tidying and working for people. DW News once more.
From doing the ironing and the laundry to exploring other worlds and, back home, working side by side with us. Robots are set to become part of our everyday lives. David Reger is the head of Germany's Neurorobotics. He sees enormous potential for humanoids in light of our aging society.
In Europe alone, we're going to have over 7 million fewer people available to work, for example. And if you look at China, there'll be over 80 million fewer workers. We want to meet this demand by creating robots that have the same capabilities as humans.
The Neurorobotics humanoid is a highlight at the Automatica trade fair in Munich. Visitors can already imagine what tasks it could perform for them.
Tidying up, putting clothes and other things away.
I'm a bit older and aging faster, so it might be nice to have some help. Doing laundry, emptying the dishwasher.
But at the trade fair, the robot just stands still. Neura's explanation, it could not be adequately trained for the new environment. That said, hardly anyone doubts that the advances made with humanoids are exciting.
I'm foreseeing the emergence of an industry over the next few years that will be similar in size to the automotive industry. And if it can greatly reduce the workload for people by taking on tasks in the household, then it will be at least as beneficial as the automobile.
Toro was developed by the German Aerospace Center. Not to play soccer, but potentially to work on space missions. Humanoids are currently undergoing a tremendous development boom, thanks to artificial intelligence, which helps robots recognize and understand unknown objects and scenarios far faster.
We saw earlier in the demo that it didn't see the stairs because they weren't included in its training data. But because it knows that, it can say what is that, and we can use a 3D camera to teach it interactively so that in the future it will identify and know how to use stairs.
Cologne-based Igus has also developed a humanoid. Iggy Rob transports goods, sorts components, and costs €40,000. But it's not in use in any factory, because as is common with humanoids, it has one major disadvantage. It is not autonomous. It would not be able to pick up and put down things spontaneously as needed, like this screw.
You really have to teach the robot. You move it back to the position, then move this little robot arm with the gripper to the other component you want to pick up, let it grab it, move the arm back and say, remember how to do this.
That's why most customers opt for cheaper alternatives, such as articulated arm robots or smaller transport robots. Still, interest in humanoids is huge, explains robotics engineer Alexander Mullens.
The breakthrough for humanoid robots would be when AI provides so much support that they can perform tasks completely independently with no programming required. We're not there yet, but we're doing everything we can to get there soon.
It will be a number of years before humanoids are able to act autonomously. Researcher Aline Albu-Scheffler says our society should use this time to get ready for a world with robots.
We need to start talking in advance about what a society with robots will look like, how these robots will be distributed fairly in society, and how they will be used appropriately.
Neurobotics aims to launch its humanoids by the end of 2025. The 4NE1 model is set to cost €50,000, the smaller MIPA model $10,000. These prices are likely to fall significantly once the robots are mass-produced, a future that may be here sooner than we think.
With that report, we come to the end of tonight's edition. My name is William Evans. From me and the rest of the team, have a good night. Goodbye.